Hi everybody! In today's English we're going to be planning out the first couple of paragraphs of story. We're going to be doing this using a talk for writing style, a little bit like what Miss Holly used last week to show you how the words to the song. You're going to be using small pictures and symbols to represent lots of the words that you would like to write tomorrow. Don't worry if you're not an artist, I certainly aren't, and I managed to plan mine. We're going to split this part of the story into two paragraphs. Paragraph 1 is going to be about the lead up to you opening the cupboard. I want you to think about how you might be feeling at home, probably bored, looking for something to do. Maybe you've finished playing with all your games. Maybe you could talk about how you've finished with all of your home learning for the day. The second paragraph is going to be you entering the cupboard and then entering this imaginary world, wherever you've been describing for the last few days. Don't forget to use your sheets from the last couple of days to use those ideas, use those adjectives, use everything you've thought about for the 5 senses as well to add into your description. Let's go and have a look at the planning. So here is the planning format that I'm going to be using to plan out my story. I've got it split into 2 paragraphs, and on the left hand side here I've got a couple of bullet points which give me some extra information about what I will be writing in each paragraph. So in the first paragraph, I'm going to need to describe how I'm bored at home, and then I'm going to need to open the cupboard and go inside. In the second paragraph, I'm going to enter the word on the other side of the cupboard, and then I'm going to use my 5 senses to describe what I can see, hear, smell, feel, and maybe even taste. So to help me with this, I've got out ready here the sheets that I did on Monday and Tuesday to support my planning. Now, if you've been in one of my classes over the last couple of years, you'll have done this before. We're going to be planning using a talk for writing strategy. This is similar to what Miss Holly did with her video for the whole school song as well. Now, what I mean by talk for writing strategy is that we are going to be drawing out our ideas first. This isn't a day for writing, this is a day for planning. So I'm going to use a mixture of symbols and pictures to write out what I intend to write tomorrow. And I'm also going to write down a few words. So in this last box over here, I'm going to write down some ideas for adjectives that I could use. Let's look at paragraph 1 first. First thing I need to do is describing how I'm bored at home. Now, I don't just want to say, I'm bored. It wouldn't make for a great story opener. I might like to use a fronted adverbial to start my story. So I'm going to start with one sunny, actually I don't think it will be sunny on my day. It's going to be cold and wet. So one cold. Now I'm going to use a picture of a scarf to show cold morning. Don't worry if your pictures aren't great. I am no artist, and this is an art lesson. This is an English lesson. Your symbols and pictures should be quick and easy to draw. It doesn't matter if other people don't recognise them either. This is for you. The important thing is that you know what these symbols stand for. Because this is a fronted adverbial I've got here, I've also got a comma after it. So one cold morning. I'm going to edit this actually. I'm already going to add in that it was wet. I'm just going to draw a drop there. So one cold, comma, wet morning. I'm going to think about what I'm going to do. I'm just going to draw a little speech bubble. I've thought about what to do, but I had done all my jobs. I'm just going to draw a picture of a mop and bucket there to remind me, jobs. So I'd done all my jobs. I had played all of my games. Ooh, that's a game controller there. I'd done all my jobs, I'd played all my games, and I couldn't go outside because of the rain. So I started to look around the house for something to do. And I'm going to do the wardrobe in my bedroom. So in the bedroom, I'm and the wardrobe. Okay, can you see I've used 2 words so far. The rest is all these little pictures and symbols. On this side over here, I'm going to write some adjectives. So to describe my wardrobe, for example, it might be old, dusty, it's wooden. I might describe the morning as well as cold and wet. I could say freezing, maybe. Damp. You don't have to use all of the adjectives that you write down here. These are just ideas for you to use when it comes to doing your writing. Plan out the next part. Plan out this paragraph for yourself. Use these ideas to help you. Remember, it's not an art lesson, this is an English lesson, so these pictures don't have to be brilliant. They are quick little notes to remind you. I've just finished off my first paragraph by saying that I'm going to step through the wardrobe, and as I do, I see some sunlight. I'm going to move on to paragraph 2 now. In paragraph 2, my job is to enter the world on the other side of the cupboard and use the 5 senses to describe that world. So I step through and I can see some light. I'm going to pull. Now I can't pull very easy. It'd be quicker just for me to write that. I'm going to pull my clothes out of the way and carry on walking. I'm surprised that there's no back to the cupboard, so I keep on walking. Then it's going to get brighter and brighter, a little bit of repetition there. It's going to get brighter and brighter as I go through. Now I'm going to start thinking about, I'm not going to be able to see this world first. I've still got to walk through all of the clothes. So I might start being able to feel it. So I feel warmth. And a breeze. Then I'm going to look forward and looking around. So I might some tall trees. A little bird. Ooh, how can I draw that? Flying through the air. I could add some adjectives to describe this bird. Colourful. I also might like to use minuscule because he's a small little bird. I'm going to move on now to things that I can hear. I can hear the waves, the crashing of waves. Well, not necessarily crashing, the lapping of the waves onto the beach. Ooh. So I carry on walking forward out of the cupboard and onto the hot sand. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow, where we'll write up our plan into the first couple of paragraphs of a story. Good luck.